It is the RIOT podcast. Hello, and welcome to Thursday. The Thursday show, June 30th.
I was going to say, you have to give the whole date.
Yeah, it is the final day of June.
Well,
so
hopefully
welcome in.
Everybody's ready for one more podcast tomorrow, and then are you fixing your hair?
Yeah,
oh,
no.
we don't get to see it.
Did you see my hat?
Darn
Did
it.
you see how high
I missed
it was?
I wasn't looking. I would have clicked onto it, and I missed it.
Hudson never shows his
I
hair.
apologize to all the listeners.
I'm due for a haircut.
Why don't you fix your hat one more time, let everybody see it?
Well, it's
Shake
fine
your
now.
hair.
It's
Is it getting
actually-
long?
Shake your hair out.
It is getting long, and it's like it was for a while at a spot where it was long enough that it kind of looked good no matter what it looked like. But now it looks goofy if I just let it be.
But you always, when you're out, wear a hat.
Not always.
Okay, where you're at work, you always wear a hat.
Yeah.
So
It's part of my brand.
It's your it's your image.
Uh-huh.
So, like, if it bothers you, is it just bothering you then when you're at home and you don't have the hat on? Or does it bother you when you wear a hat because it gets too much hair?
A little bit of that, but more around the house. Like you wake up out of bed and your hair looks ridiculous. Like I don't want that, so I gotta go get a cut.
I can understand that. I've gotten a haircut in the past 3 consecutive weeks. Everyone's and I'm probably going to get one today.
Mr. Moneybags over there getting his haircut every week.
It's like $20 to get your haircut. If you just
That
skip
adds
out of
up.
McDonald's twice, then you make it work. So.
You keep it trimmed.
Yeah, but I'm already skipping out of McDonald's so I can pay for gas.
Yeah, I know. Well, the gas thing, we can't help anybody.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, you know?
McDonald's, maybe if you start offering hair trimming at the end while you wait for ordering, then we can get our haircut more often.
You trust a McDonald's employee to cut your hair?
I barely trust them for McDonald's
Exactly.
Yeah,
itself.
exactly.
That's not going to happen.
Sorry, McDonald's employees.
Well,
Yeah.
you're great, but I feel like you don't want to be there. And it shows.
And you don't need one more thing.
And that's
in your,
all right.
Yeah, in your day to day.
So today we kicked off the show touching back on something we've talked about before. And I believe I have a quote from the last time we talked about this. We talked about Caillou today on the show, right?
Yeah.
And I remember the last time we talked about Caillou, Hudson said, end quote, this will be the last time we ever talk about Caillou. And then I looked at the sheet this morning. I was like, Caillou is coming back. Is it really coming back?
It's coming back.
It's coming back.
They're
on
bringing
the
it
show,
back.
and they're bringing it back here.
It's going to be on Peacock, and we'll tell you the details in just a moment when you get to hear all the episodes that Caillou will be returning with.
That's funny. I don't remember. I mean, I'm sure we've talked about it. I don't remember that at all. I guess when it went off the air, probably. So did you watch Caillou?
You don't remember this segment?
No, I don't remember this
We had a
segment.
segment one time where Hudson...
Was it good or not very good?
I don't remember the aspects of it. Hudson wanted to talk about Caillou. I have seen Caillou. I couldn't tell you a thing about it other than there's like a bald baby. That's all I've got for you. And that's Caillou. But Hudson, during the segment, he was like talking about the characters. I've got them all pulled up on my laptop. I'm just shooting them one after another. He's so excited that I know all the Caillou characters' names.
That was
Arthur. You're right. That was Arthur.
Yes.
Maybe it was Arthur we talked about. We'd never talk about
I'm
again.
sure we've talked to. Well, we haven't until now. You just brought it up. Well, I guess I brought it up. But Caillou, I don't know much about the show either. I've just seen I remember it from being a kid and stuff. But even like I remember my parents hating it. They're like, "Oh, you're not watching." You're like, don't watch that. It's so annoying. You don't want to wind up like Caillou.
It's pretty close to Arthur, but maybe not as annoying, which is why everybody just hates it.
Caillou is the DW of Caillou.
Ooh.
Yeah, they made they made a whole show that revolved around DW and turned it into a different thing.
There you go.
Well, we talked about other things than Caillou, don't worry. We talked about some New Yorkers are kind of switching up the whole like Botox surgery game by doing it on their bladders so they can make for a little longer holding time.
You want to know what I was thinking the whole time? I was like, so where would you get that with your bladder? I was trying to remember. I'm like, where would the shot go?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Where's your bladder at?
Yeah, I feel like during that segment too, we talked about like how some of us like choose to hold it or choose to go or whatever. And I said obviously that I like to go on the side of the highway and whatnot. And
Obviously,
I feel like that's like a known thing. But now that I think about it, as I'm driving down the highway, I feel like other people don't do that.
Yeah, they don't.
But I feel
You're
like it's a good way to do it, though, if we all just accepted it.
Well, I mean, again, you mentioned it. Good for you. You can. I'm not going to.
Yeah, obviously for females, it's a little bit different. Hudson, you've never done that?
I've done it, but
Attaboy.
it was like it wasn't a. It was out in the middle of nowhere. I didn't have any options. It wasn't like, oh, well, I could just go here or I could hold it for 15 minutes and get somewhere. It was the middle of nowhere. I really had no choice, and also nobody was around to see.
Well, it also depends on like who the car is full of.
I
'cause
agree.
I'll tell you, one time Eric had to use the bottle. We were in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I love the bottle.
Oh my gosh! And I'm just like, what are you doing?
That's
Wait a
incredible.
minute. I mean, we've been around bands enough, and bands usually do that. Like it's very common. But he did, and then it was so late at night, like nothing was open, and I was just like, you have to get rid of it. Like I cannot have this in my car.
Oh yeah, it's all warm.
So he goes to throw it, but he lost the cap, so he threw it out the
no!
window, and it hit the side of my car and
No!
splashed it all over the car.
Jeez.
I was just like, what are you doing? I was so upset.
no.
I was like, that's pee.
Oh my
But
gosh.
thankfully, those
No car washes were open at that time of night either.
But since it was
unfortunately.
dark, like no one could see.
No one
but
could
I
see.
knew
Wow.
my car was covered in
Covered
pee.
in urine. Jeez,
So-
yeah. I've done like the Gatorade bottle and stuff.
The
Also-
Gatorade is optimal.
Yeah, if you have a
for-
Gatorade bottle, that's the one to go
You're
to.
good to
The
go.
wider top, yeah. But I've also done the plastic baggie.
No.
Which that was a little bit more dicey. I didn't have anything in the car. I had no other choice. You get to a point where you have to go.
own it?
You look around. There's not an exit coming soon. Then you start looking around the car. What do you find? You do not
Oh
find a
my
water
gosh.
bottle.
Okay,
You find a
wait.
plastic baggie.
I've never heard of plastic.
And let me tell you, a
baggie
plastic
before.
baggie does not hold as much as you think it does.
Sure.
As you start to fill up, it gets a little bit
Oh, like a
edgy.
Ziploc bag?
Oh, I'm talking Ziploc. Yes. What do you think?
What?
You thought I was talking like a Kroger bag?
Yeah.
What do you think? I was crazy?
Those have
Yes, I
holes
do
in
think.
them.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I
No,
thought
I'm
it was
talking
a crazy thing to
Ziploc
do.
plastic baggie.
All right, I just want to ask this, and I don't want it to go any further, okay? But I just want to know.
Are you sure you want to ask?
I just have to, and then just a yes or no. Okay, you seem all real free with peeing just in public,
Mm-hmm.
okay? What about the other one? Are we
Oh.
okay? Like we still hold a line, don't we?
Yeah, I hold
Okay,
that line.
Thank you.
I cannot do that. That's a no for me. Hudson?
I've never had that come up.
I just, for my own sanity, I just wanted to hear you say no.
I didn't know
even-
for sure, the Pringles can, obviously.
I can't. Okay, well, let's just end the podcast now, shall we? Oh my gosh. Well, feel free. Don't text, actually. Don't let us know anything past this. But if it's about something else, you're welcome to text 877-2RADIO-U. And we apologize. Let's just go to the podcast.
Enjoy.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Lower your expectations enough and you'll never be disappointed. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Peacock subscription is up to date. You're going to want to renew that because they are bringing back a show.
People are thinking, like, is that a mail by order? Like, you get a peacock in the mail? Not the streaming service.
It's a trendy food box where you cook a peacock.
Oh, gosh. Now
I
you
bet
went
you
there.
that. I mean, you can eat peacock, right? I mean, you can, but do people?
That's a
They
good
must,
question.
right?
Well, I know there was a peacock farm where I used to live, like down.
Yeah, what are you farming them for if not to eat them?
Well, I think they would sell them maybe for comfort birds. I don't know. They're pretty. And they would always just be along the road. And I
Yeah.
thought, like, well, surely they must lose a lot every day because they're so close to the road. Can you imagine hitting a peacock?
Yeah. Oh, that feathers everywhere. It'd be a sadly beautiful sight, I'm sure.
would be.
They're a pest in like California, like around LA and stuff. So maybe people do. You just catch them and eat them. I don't know.
Oh, my gosh. The new HelloFresh.
Yeah, it's peacock. Well, no,
we do mean the streaming
Of
service.
course, the streaming service. They are bringing back the show Caillou. Do you remember Caillou from being a kid?
Not as much, but I just remember, wasn't he? He didn't have hair.
Yep, that's right.
there
Caillou
was
is hairless.
And I didn't know if that was just it hasn't grown in yet. Like, is he
I don't
supposed to be
know.
that young? It wasn't there like a sound with it because I remember that more from like TikTok trends.
Oh yeah, he has an obnoxious voice to say the least. Caillou. It's a show that ran from all the way back to 1997. I don't know if it ran continuously, but it was still going until last year.
Was it a PBS?
It was
show?
on PBS. Yep. It originated, I believe, in Canada. So I don't want to, but I don't know why I even bring that up. I don't want you to think less of Canada because of Caillou. We don't all sign off on that. But Caillou is making a comeback. It didn't stay away long.
I was gonna say if it's been on till last year, is this really a comeback? I mean, we've had 1 year in between.
Well, we are going to have to wait a little while longer because it's not expected until next year. But Peacock is reigniting the flame of Caillou by bringing the show back for 11-minute episodes as well as some 44-minute event specials.
Ooh.
They're bringing back Caillou's. He's 4 years old.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's really obnoxious.
And it's not he was like a little man or just ageless.
he is definitely a whiny,
He's a big boy.
A whiny child. And what do they say? We're supposed to experience this little guy's big feelings, basically, is what we're going to do when they bring it back.
New 11-minute long and feature Caillou episodes will show his supportive family and friends.
I think they're too supportive.
As they help him. Is that why he's annoying?
Yeah, his parents need to... They need to lay down the law with him a little bit.
Well, we'll let PBS or Peacock deal with that.
Yeah.
But help him navigate his big feelings.
They're taking on a big reclamation project here, Peacock. I think Caillou, I don't know if there's anybody as universally hated on the internet.
Oh,
I really don't think there is.
I'm sure we can find someone.
I don't think there is.
Well, for this,
I think there's more defenders of actual criminals than there is of Caillou.
Yeah, but people hate Peacock, so don't you think it's like a perfect match made in heaven?
I don't think it's going to go great.
Well, you'll have Christmas specials.
It'd be a huge turnaround if the reviews for Caillou start coming in. Caillou, lovable. Nobody. That would be the most under the least expected thing you could possibly find.
Not annoying anymore.
Yeah.
And his parents really made him step up as a 4-year-old.
Yeah, Caillou all of a sudden endearing, believe it or not.
We really learned a lot.
You really find yourself rooting for him.
Well, he's got Christmas, Halloween, summer vacation special, celebration of family, and an anti-bullying special.
Those are big events.
And then the rest are 11-minute episodes.
All right. Well, that's what Peacock thinks is going to win people back or win people on to Peacock.
They only have so much.
Yeah.
So.
They're taking a big swing with this one. We'll see how that pans out if they can hit it out of the park.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Summertime is here. Any either of you guys got any? I know you do, Nikki. You're driving to Myrtle Beach, right? You got a summer road trip.
Well, I have that though in a few weeks, but nothing for like this 4th of July weekend.
Okay.
So if anybody has any last minute plans they want me to tag along with, I'll be happy to.
You will not be happy to.
Why
Don't lie.
Listen, I could be the in-car entertainment. Like it'll be great. It'll be
Oh, you mean like that you put on the podcast?
Well, you don't have to. I'm there. So if you want to join, or at least we'll get you on the phone.
That just doesn't sound like you. I think you just want to have a quiet 4th of July is all I'm saying.
Actually, you're right. I really right.
Yeah,
I'm doing everything ahead of time so that I don't have to do anything this weekend.
If somebody invites you, you're going to, if you do say yes, you're going to complain about it behind the scenes, aren't you?
She's going to try to think of a way to get out of it. She's like, I know I said yes a week ago. My feelings have changed. I no longer feel this way.
I have this other cookout I have to go to.
It's not a reflection of you. Like, it's not you at all, but I don't want to be with you.
Yeah. Nikki just wants to stay home. Isaiah, do you have any road trips this summer?
I don't think so. Not that I know that are planned. So as of now, the farthest I think I have is like 2 hours. So not very far.
You know what, though? This might actually still apply even if you're flying. Nikki, what's the bathroom situation when you're driving with you got like a camper hookup? So can you just like pull off if you need to go to the bathroom and just go to the camper, around to the camper?
No,
it's not hooked up yet, you know?
You're not.
Do you have to like pop it up and then go to the bathroom?
You do. It's not like an RV. It's just a camper. So you have to pull like the slides out and stuff.
Yeah.
So like you can.
The bathroom slides out.
But I wouldn't suggest that like off the highway or something.
So you still got to find a spot to go.
You do.
Okay. Well, what if I told you that you could actually get a surgery to avoid that altogether?
The camping or the
just go into the bathroom?
What's the surgery for?
To avoid having to go for long periods of time.
To the bathroom?
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Because
this is something I can get behind here. I can use this.
I thought you guys might be interested.
Your boss at work's like, gosh, I never see you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, do you
You're
ever
so
go?
efficient. So it's getting so much work done. This is a surgery. It's actually something that it seems a lot of rich New Yorkers are seeking out. The reason being is if you're a rich New Yorker, you vacation to the Hamptons.
Oh, from the drive?
It's a long drive. There's not a lot of bathrooms along the way. Some people have struggle with that. And so if you're in the top tier, you can afford to just get a voluntary surgery. It's different there's a different one for men because it can do with their prostate, but it's still voluntary. Like it doesn't necessarily mean anything is wrong besides you just have to go to the bathroom a lot. But there's also one that is for men or women. Bladder Botox can be injected.
Ooh.
What?
Botox injected?
Yeah. To your bladder.
Okay.
So that you can hold it for longer.
All right.
And we have a doctor here in New York, Dr. Shusterman. He's a urologist. He says he's seen a 20% increase in requests for these surgeries since May, and he believes it is from people that are trying to make sure they can go the whole road trip from New York to the Hamptons and back
without using the potty.
Yeah, without having to make a pit stop.
Well, at least you're not telling me that it's what would be adult diapers.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even have to go. I just went.
You're like, problem solved. At least we're not like doing that in order to, because I know I've heard that drive can also have a lot of traffic and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And we've all done road trips, and there's certain okay things where you can stop at for road trips, but maybe if they don't even offer that.
Yeah, and sometimes
we all can't just, pee outside, Isaiah.
Well, I was going to say, I am notorious for two things. One of them being having a small bladder. And the second thing is on road trips, I actually save people time. And that's by instead of pulling off and going to the restroom.
Don't say what you're going to say.
The bottle.
No.
I'm not going to say the bottle. I'm not going to say the bottle. I'm not going to say the bottle. I was going to say I'm fine with just pulling off the side of the highway and just going there.
No.
How much time does that save?
It saves an unreal amount of time. Let me tell you. If you get off the exits and you go to a gas station, it's at least a 15-minute stop. I'm telling you, it's 15 minutes every time. If you pull off the side of the highway, and this is more for men than it is for women, but I don't discriminate either one, and you hop out of the car and you just, open up a door, use the restroom outside on the side of the highway. No one's paying attention to you anyway. You're getting like a 2-minute stop. You hit the road again. You're saving so much time.
I mean, I think that could be a crime.
It's not a crime.
It could be a crime.
I mean, if a police officer sees you, yes, it's a crime. If nobody else does, it's not a crime.
If the tree falls in the middle of the woods.
Yes.
So what we're saying is you have that approach. There's or Botox in your bladder.
Expensive surgery. Yeah. That's really only for the upper crust of New York.
Dude, I love that so much. Like, hey, are you getting Botox? You're like, yeah, but you don't really look any different. You're like, it's my bladder.
I've got to go get my Botox injections, okay? I need to.
Will insurance pay for that? Probably not.
So it's an option for you, is all I'm saying.
We've done you a favor by selecting the best of the worst and compiling it all in one place. Riot Podcast Radio U.
You guys seeing this?
If it's a hot dog story, you have, but probably we haven't.
I found it. I found the hot dog story to end them all, maybe.
Maybe. Maybe.
Hot dog history is being made in Texas, where a brewery, Fort Worth's Martin House Brewing Company, they are working on what is believed to be the world's first hot dog hard seltzer.
Is this really how they're making it? Are they making it with hot dog water?
Yeah.
Yuck.
That's hot
gross.
dog water. They are boiling hot dogs, maybe as we speak, which will then they will use the water to make a hard seltzer. And they are going to be unveiling that to the public where you can actually try it coming out at Glizzy Fest July 16th.
What you could do is if you would have told me that, Texas is just so hot, that instead someone opened up a seltzer and just stuck hot dogs in it and let it cook there for a little bit. Like, I think you would have had the same thing, and then you would have had the hot dog at the end.
That's right. I am concerned. I want to know what's happening to all these hot dogs that they're boiling for this hot dog seltzer.
Do they go to a ballpark or something? Or?
They've got to go somewhere, right?
Yeah, we don't want to be wasteful.
No, you can't let those go to waste. I'll take care of it for them if they need somebody.
The seltzer place is like, oh, you don't really care for that? You're like, no, I just want the hot dogs. Where's the hot dogs going?
I don't know. What do you think? Hot dog hard seltzer?
Ew.
Yes, thank you. I'm
It's
glad.
a no from me, dog. It's going to be a hard no.
Hot dog.
Yeah, it just seems like a flavor that I wouldn't appreciate at all in any sort of liquid form, I feel like.
Now, would you want hot dog in anything like hot dog, Diet Coke, or like hot dog, sparkling water?
So yet
Think
again,
it would work
liquid
with
form.
anything?
Liquid form just doesn't really do it for me.
What about like a bone broth? You know, like people got really
could-
into
you're
that
right.
for a while.
See, that I could see. That's a little different than something I'm just straight up drinking.
I mean, if you boil the hot dogs in the water, right, and then you just have the water, maybe you get a lot of the nutrients from the hot dogs.
You use the word nutrients in hot dogs.
Without all of the fat content.
Isn't it the nitrates you mean? It's not
Yeah,
nutrients.
It preserves you. Yeah, it's going to make you live longer.
That's for
Exactly.
sure.
I think there could be something to that. So I don't know. I can 100% honest with you. Have not ever considered even tasting hot dog water as much as I love hot dogs, but that's mostly because I don't boil my hot dogs. So I've never don't
You
usually have the
cook them
chance.
that way?
But it isn't. That's an idea that intrigues me.
So I think this is the same place that also did a hard seltzer with holy water earlier this
wow.
year. I think it's the same water.
What a way to follow it up. I mean, holy water, hot dog
Yeah.
water, it's all the
Well,
same.
what's
you know?
the difference?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. See, I think
That's
they're
how
doing
they make. That's how you make holy water. That's what the
with hot
Pope
dog
does.
water.
Yeah.
I feel like they're doing it backwards. I think they should do a seltzer infused hot dog if you're going to do it that way. I feel like that would be more appealing to people than a
like a
hot
beer
dog.
broth?
Boil the hot dogs in hard
yes,
seltzer.
that would be a little better, I feel like, than actually making the seltzer.
That's an idea.
With the hot dog water in it.
You're right, because that already, I mean, beer brats are already a thing. I could see that working. I could totally, I don't know what flavors the hard seltzer would impart onto a hot dog, but that it's an idea.
Well, I'm looking at the Martin House Brewing Company. Again, I think they're in Texas, and you could see all the hot dogs like they're making the water, but they don't ever
Oh, it
say
looks
where the hot dogs
fantastic.
end up going to.
I don't know. If anybody would be open to this, it'd be me, right? Mr. Hot Dog.
I think you
they
should start
call
with
me.
hot dog water. And,
Yeah, I'm
work
gonna have
your
to
way
try that
something
first.
else.
You know what? Next time I boil hot dogs, I will definitely do a hot dog water taste test to
Can you
see.
imagine making it ice water too?
Oh yeah, for some reason, cold.
Seems even worse.
Yeah, that does.
Even worse.
That's bad. That is bad.
Would Hudson and Nikki's celebrity couple nickname be Hucky or Nidson? It's a good thing they aren't together. The Riot, Radio U.
You know, Nikki, we've worked together for a while now.
We have.
I mean, even before the show, we worked together a lot before that. You think you figured me out?
The hot dog part. Or your soup part. Certain size of you,
But
sure.
that's just two of the many pieces of the puzzle.
And you guys have to realize you're only getting a part of us. There is more to us than just what's on the show.
There's a lot even that I don't think even Nikki will ever be able to solve.
There's more than
about
hot
my
dogs
mind.
and bears.
Yeah.
That's not just the riot.
That's right. That's just the top line. That's the top of the pyramid. There's a lot. That's the tip of the iceberg, but there's a whole lot more beneath the surface. You know, sometimes I think about that. I think, you know, my mind is too complicated. And not everybody might be like this, but my mind is so complex. It's like a bear trap that nobody will be able to solve it. You know what I mean?
no one can understand it.
Not just Nikki. I mean, like trained professionals, psychologists and psychiatrists and people with degrees. They would never be able to figure out if I had to go to therapy or something. They'd never be able to solve it all.
You're right. You are more complex than I thought.
I think actually, but it sounds kind of ridiculous, but I think a lot of us have that idea of, well, you know, like a counselor, a therapist, whatever, like they could help somebody. They can help the average person, but they can't help me because they would never be able to figure out all that's going on in my mind. I'm more complex than most people, so I don't need their cookie cutter advice or whatever. And for one, I will say that if you feel like you are going through a lot, like you are struggling with something, it's still definitely worth it. Maybe the, fresh out of college or whatever counselor, you might need to work your way up until you find somebody who can really handle you. But it's still definitely worthwhile to check out some options in that realm. But even before that, if you think nobody can understand you, if you think nobody's going to be able to get inside your mind and figure out what it is that maybe is causing some of the stuff that you're struggling with in life, God understands your mind better than any, licensed professional ever could, even the best of them. They don't understand you as well as God does. Jesus sees your mind and he
appreciates your mind.
He appreciates it. He gets it. He knows what makes you you, and he knows what is, what causes, what was point A that led to point B in your life, and all this different stuff. Jesus understands it in a way that nobody else ever could. So don't talk yourself into, well, nobody will understand me, so I guess there's just no help. What's even the point of trying to figure something out? No, God understands you, and so he is ready to help you figure out what needs to be figured out. All you need to do is talk to him. Say, hey, God, I'm ready to, I'm ready for maybe a little bit of therapy. I'm ready to start talking to you and kind of get some stuff out in the air about what I'm dealing with. And I know you already know about it, but I want you to talk to me about it as well. I want you to help me out. Jesus can do that for you, and he's going to put you on a path to figure some stuff out in your life because he loves you. He cares about you, and he understands. If you're ready for that, start talking to him. Let him talk to you. And if you want to know more, check out RadioU.com/free gift.
If you're looking for diet motivation, you won't find it here. The Riot Radio U.
News broke yesterday about a new movie coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Which one?
That we hadn't heard about before. And what is almost as noteworthy is how the news broke. So first I'll tell you that we now have a good reason to believe that there's going to be a Dr. Doom movie.
You're going to have to, in the universe, explain to me who Dr. Doom is.
You don't know Dr. Doom?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Dr. Doom is the
Maybe I do.
noted...
I just don't know the name.
Yeah, I think you would. He is the noted rival of the Fantastic Four. Remember the Fantastic Four?
I do, but
they've
I
had
also
a couple
didn't see
movies.
That. I didn't see that.
They've had what, 3 movie adaptations? There was 2 initially. And then another one that was like one of the worst movies in at least comic book movies ever
in
made.
history.
Nobody remembers that one. But
well, maybe if you would have called him Victor Von Doom.
Does that sound more familiar to you?
I just appreciate the Von Doom.
See, I knew you would know.
Oh, yeah,
Victor Von Doom, of course. He's got like a metal face, like a metal, and then he's got this green hood you can see. You've never seen this guy.
I don't think I have.
You don't remember watching the Jessica Alba
Fantastic Four?
Chris Evans was the Human Torch.
No, I never
you don't
saw
remember
that. No,
because Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom, he is the villain in that movie.
Hudson, you're gonna have to be comfortable with me not watching a lot of those things, especially the older Marvel stuff. That wasn't even Marvel back then.
I think
was it?
Fantastic. It wasn't in the Marvel Cinematic. This was a Sony thing, and so what is he like? Hangs out in Latveria or whatever. Victor Von Doom. So he is one of the he's a kind of tragic anti-hero story. He's the rival to the Fantastic Four, but he does have a somewhat sympathetic storyline. Anyways, so they are going to make a movie about it. All that said, the reason that we know about it, even though it wasn't officially announced by Marvel, is because noted radio personality Howard Stern.
Oh, there was a hot mic on?
Possibly the most famous radio personality, not radio personality ever. They're about to go on their summer break. Which doesn't that sound nice? Having a summer break from your radio show. And they had a hot mic at the end of the show.
That means the mic was left on.
Yeah, they left the mic on while commercials and stuff were playing, and you could hear him and his co-host talking. And Robin from the show, she asks him, "Are you working this summer? Over summer break?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm working on that Dr. Doom movie." And so he has a role. Howard Stern somehow. He's not going to play Dr. Doom. That would be insane.
They're pretty convinced that no, he's not Victor Von Doom.
Yeah,
Please say it that way.
He's not Victor Von Doom. Yeah, he doesn't just want to be known by his stage name, Dr. Doom. No, Victor Von Doom. He's not going to be playing him. But, I mean, we don't know, but we know he's not going to be playing him. But he is going to be involved in the movie somehow. And it also is indicated in there something about Jon Favreau will be directing.
Oh, I love him.
Jon Favreau from Elf. He's the director of Elf.
Yeah.
From Swingers back in the day. He did the Iron Man movies is what, he's probably most well known for now. And so he is supposed to be coming back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe to direct Dr. Doom, somehow involving Howard Stern. What else all that is all going to be a part of this? We don't know. But of course, the Fantastic Four is coming back as well. So all very exciting. Very exciting.
This is one of two ways, all right? So believe it or not, sometimes with radio and entertainment, it was a hot mic, but was it? This could be an intentional plant of details.
I don't know. I think, I can get it, but at the same time, I just don't think that this is how Marvel would want it to be let out. Even
but if he was freely able to talk about it with co-hosts and stuff, and not saying, "Hey, don't say anything," but this summer I'm working on Dr. Doom. I'm sure he was telling other people.
I wonder if Comic-Con is coming up soon, right? And the Disney whatever convention too. They probably were going to reveal it at that, and he just let it slip out of the bag a little early.
A hot mic will do that, guys.
Yeah. So this is a reminder, Nikki, since you're in charge of that type of thing.
Leave your mic
Turn
off.
the mics off, please.
Hudson,
I don't want anybody to hear what Marvel movies I'm involved in.
He is Dr. Doom.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on RadioU.
Well, we are into the tough time of year where there's just not a lot of sports going on. There's, we could talk about all of the NFL rumors, but there's other shows for that. We don't need to beat that into the ground.
I think now people are just counting down to college football, so that's the sport that's going on right now is the countdown.
College football, training camp for the NFL. It's all coming in time. So in the meantime, though, we at least have baseball to worry about. And I've got some baseball news here for you. Although this baseball news really doesn't take effect until 2024. But, baseball is going on now, so just a friendly reminder. You can watch it if you'd like. But starting in 2024, it looks like in 2024, the MLB is going to introduce robot umpires.
Instead of the humans, the people?
I don't know, instead or in addition to, but people have been criticizing, right? The umpires in baseball, they seem to have big egos, like to insert themselves into the conversation more so than any other sport. I would like the official in any other sport.
Is that your thoughts, or kind of like everybody's been thinking about that?
I think that's. I don't know if everybody thinks that, but wouldn't you agree? That's like
I would say teams with below a 500 record right now are probably saying the refs are really bad. Anybody who's been losing as of late. Yeah. Per usual.
Wait, so the Guardians?
Hey, the Guardians walked off last night, baby. Hit it off in the 10th. Josh Naylor.
No, but it is. It's a long-standing complaint. You've got guys. How many NFL officials can you name?
I can name one.
Not one?
Yep.
Yeah. And in MLB, there's a lot of names that if you follow baseball, you would know. And it's not because, this guy's a great umpire. It's because Joe West, Angel Hernandez, they're always getting their name. They're always getting into confrontations, making calls, and then just making themselves a big deal.
Sounds like you're against the referees.
I am against. I think there's some really bad umpiring in baseball, and I'm not the only one. In fact, it's such a big problem that even the MLB commissioner is saying that robot umpires are coming, and he says in some form or fashion, in the 2024 season, so a year and a half from now.
They say that the criticism towards umpires, especially regarding the strike zone, is where this is really coming from, because they say most people, frustrations for fans and players tend to be there. Missed balls and strikes lead to players getting kicked out, major outcomes and problems with that. So they think that the robot umpires could focus more in that area, and then maybe plans in the future to expand to other robot umpire spots. So it work in conjunction with, human ones. But they just say that they want to eliminate some of the questions that people have on certain calls.
What's your take on this as a baseball fan?
See, I would say if a sport is going to do it, baseball makes a lot of sense because it's either a ball or a strike. You're either out or you're not out, and it's either inbounds or it's out of bounds. There's not a lot of gray area.
So a robot could get that.
Yeah, the robot could get the balls and strikes for sure. So in that area, I feel like they should have already had them because that's such a simple thing. Like some of the other sports like basketball and football, like there's a lot more like question and gray area where I can see it being more difficult. But also like on the flip side of it too, it does take out like the excuse like the referees are against us. Like when my team loses, I have to cope with the fact that we just lost.
It also can take out some of the drama that maybe some people like. I mean, sometimes baseball can be boring. So if you're missing some of the conflict for a game and stuff, then maybe it would be even more boring.
Sometimes you do like to see the argument, the umpires getting into arguments for no good reason.
Or teams, blaming this or blaming that.
Yes, I love blaming the refs. There's nothing better than like leaving a ballpark and being like, man, the refs just got it today. It wasn't us, boys.
Right.
It was the refs.
If they just called it fairly.
Anymore.
Yeah, it was just the umps. They were against us this morning.
I do want to know for if they're putting in these robot umpires, are they going to have actual like physical robots on the field? Because that would be amazing. I would have loved to see that, especially how like umpires can get very animated. They'll be like ball or whatever, like he's out. Like they'll go crazy.
Sure.
And that's a lot of fun to watch actually. So they are much more animated than most referees in other sports. I think it'd be fun to have a robot umpire doing that.
Well, I'd also pay extra money if there was a fight that broke out and someone went and kicked the robot umpire.
The robot
All
got
of a sudden,
involved.
all the problems are still exactly the same. Why are the robot umpires always making such a big deal out of themselves? They're not the stars. The players are the stars.
Well, we'll have to wait till 2024 to at least find out more on what they're thinking for robot umpires for
this
baseball.
is actually one of the few decent ideas that the commissioner has had. So hopefully it works out.
Or maybe they need a robot commissioner.
There you go.
Yes.
Right there.
I didn't know you knew so much about baseball, Nikki.
Well, I tried to hide it a bit.
You almost missed hearing this one. We just couldn't let that happen. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
We talked about Howard Stern. We've talked about baseball. Let's talk about World War II. Let's just hit the target demographic super hard today.
Do you know how hard it is to follow along with all this stuff? Because I am not.
It's we're doing a flashback. This is like a show from the 1980s is what we're doing. Now, let's talk about World War II, though, because this actually is it's an interesting story. The final living Medal of Honor recipient from World War II just passed away.
Wow, he lived to 98.
98 years old after going to war.
Oh, you see his picture?
Yeah, look at that guy. His name is Herschel Williams. He went by Woody Williams, 98 years old. He's from West Virginia, and he received the Medal of Honor after he was a part of the Battle of Iwo Jima. He served with the United States Marines, and he lived a full life. He got the Medal of Honor. Think about this, Nikki. He got the Medal of Honor from President Harry Truman.
That is it's hard to remember.
Yeah.
Certain presidents are like, okay, when was that?
I mean, at a certain point, the presidents before you were alive,
You don't
to me,
remember
I just
them
have I definitely don't remember them all, but I just have was Harry Truman during World War II or was he during the Civil War? For most of them, I don't know when they were, but Harry Truman was obviously during the World War time.
What was it like to get out of 8th grade? You had to know all the presidents and all the states and all the countries and stuff.
Yeah.
And I can't remember back then.
Oh, yeah.
But they're saying he was given the Medal of Honor in 1945.
Yeah. So, and still he was going strong all the way up until just this week where he passed away. So he is the final person who had a Medal of Honor from World War II. I believe there's still World War II veterans living, just none that got the Medal of Honor. But
so he renamed the Huntington Medical Center renamed the Herschel Woody Williams VA Medical Center in his honor in 2018. He had founded the Woody Williams Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization for Gold Star families, memorial monuments, and outreach programs for Gold Star families. So he was seems like a very good guy.
Oh yeah, he did a lot even after he was out of the service. He still obviously did a lot to help out with military families and stuff like that. So by all accounts, he sounds like a great guy.
Good guy.
So sad to see him pass away, although he did live such a long life. But, I thought it was, we never really talk about this kind of stuff, but I feel that with, there used to be maybe more of a reverence or a respect for people that served in the military, where people would always say, thank you for your service or whatever. And now I think that it goes unnoticed a little more.
We're missing that.
For whatever reason. Obviously, I think there was more of a universal support for people that went to World War II because of the cause versus some of the more recent wars where there's more of some people are more divided on it, but still, nevertheless, whatever you think of the military actions that the United States takes, it's still an important thing that people are going out there and spending their lives serving the country. I think that's important to recognize.
Well, I also appreciate a break from all the other news stuff we get pushed, and some of that is not as good as this.
Right, yeah. There's
Nice
just
to
a
see
lot
a
of
good
negativity
person.
out there. Yeah, and it's just a guy who did a lot of good, lived
a long life.
A long, in a way, a quiet, he was born in, or lived in Quiet Dell, West Virginia. So he lived a quiet life generally, but he did a lot of good. So once again, sad to say, but Woody Williams, 98, the last Medal of Honor recipient from World War II, passes away. Important to recognize that.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Isaiah, you were just in Florida.
I was in Florida.
You spent some time on the beach.
Did spend some time on the beach.
Did you participate in any TikTok challenges while you were there?
On the beach or in Florida?
On the beach.
Neither.
Neither.
Whatever
No
you wanna call
TikTok
it.
challenges.
No TikToks for me when I was in Florida.
Did you see any evidence of this? I know you were in Hollywood, Florida, and this is officials in Sanibel, Florida, which is not even that's on the west side of Florida. The what do you call it?
The Gulf side.
The Gulf side. That's right.
They're saying even down to Marco Island, the police department are showing that this is going on there too.
Yeah, so this, I don't know if it's a regional TikTok challenge or if it's branching out, but it
go
is
to the lake.
creating,
Go to the lake beach.
it is creating an issue, wherever it's branching out, and that is the How Deep Can You Dig challenge.
Oh, on the beach?
Yeah, where people are digging really, really, really deep holes out in the sand.
Don't we realize that's probably not the safest?
Why?
Not to be. Well, what if it caves in or comes in on you and you're then in the sand?
Well, you got to make sure you dig structurally sound hole.
If you're someone just digging a hole on the beach, are you thinking totally
What do you think?
clear?
Architects are doing this?
I'm
Or who
not,
do you think is participating in these TikToks?
I don't know. I didn't even know. Didn't everybody do this before TikTok too?
Not
This is
these
one of my
holes.
favorite things to do at the beach. I don't want to
What?
build a castle. I don't want to build a castle. I want to see how deep I can dig.
Yeah, but these are super big holes.
Yeah.
So I think
know. I
they're,
never brought a shovel that size.
they're way more than they said. They're finding holes and they're all somewhat similar in sizes. So people are wondering what's going on. Then they realize that is the TikTok trend of digging holes at the beach. But they're up to 5 feet deep, 4 feet wide, and that's been pretty popular the last couple of weekends.
Yeah, that one with the where the shovel is stood up inside it. That's
a
pretty
deep
impressive.
hole.
Yeah,
That is.
That could cause some problems if you fell into it. I could see, but obviously you'd avoid it. They say that
Not obviously. You're thinking everybody's still thinking.
I
You're
guess
not.
if you're carrying a bunch of stuff and you're not looking where you're going,
You're
maybe
gonna
you
fall in the
fall in
hole.
there. But I don't know. Then you might have a nice shady spot that nobody else wanted. So you might be actually good to go.
Until the water comes in.
They do say that it is maybe less of a concern for people and more for turtles, sea turtles, that obviously if they did fall into one of these holes, they would not be able to get out. So that is a problem. Did you see any holes like this when you were out at the beach?
No, I didn't see any holes like
so
this.
It's not that big of a TikTok
No,
challenge.
I don't think so. But at the same time, I just can't imagine wanting to do this at the beach.
Why?
If you want to do this, I have a stump in my backyard I need taken out too. I'd love to see somebody at the beach. It's you know what? Let's, instead of relaxing today and playing in the water, let's dig a hole. Let's see how much hard labor we can do on this wonderful Saturday afternoon.
You've poked a pretty deep hole in the idea of digging
this
a
being
hole. At the
fun.
same time, though, there's just something soothing about it.
Well, not this big of
deep.
holes.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't use once I have to get the shovel where you have to step on it with your foot and throw it over your shoulder. That's where I draw the line. But if I'm just using a little sand shovel thing, where I'm on my hands and knees like a child. That sounds like a lot.
That's a big difference.
That is a lot of fun. Yeah, but wouldn't it be fun to see how deep you could dig with that, though?
Well, the police departments are just asking politely, no pressure, but please, we fill in the holes when you're done digging the holes.
Yeah.
That way no one gets injured, and then especially for turtles, it seems like they care about the sea turtles.
There's been worse TikTok challenges.
Oh, of course. That's why, you're like, is this really a challenge?
It's not that
bad. You're right, though. If you are done with the TikTok challenge, you want a new one, you can do the Isaiah's Backyard Challenge.
Yeah, come over. I got this stump I got to get rid of. I could really use your help. It'd be so much fun. Let's see who can get that thing out of the backyard.
See how many views you get on that video.
I don't know if it'll be as popular as this, but hopefully we'll get a few people in on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If you can just get to dig into my backyard, why do it in the sand? If you want a real challenge, let's see you dig in the dirt.
With the sand tools.
Yeah,
still.
exactly. Use the same stuff. Bring it over to my backyard.
It's going to take a while.
I think it would be fun, actually. You get a chain, hook it up to that stump.
Hey, you're more than welcome to come over.
That sounds like fun,
You come over
too.
to my house today.
I would have no idea what I'm doing, so I'd probably just cause more harm than good. But
Probably just rip the front part of your car off. It's fine.
Yep, the axle just comes completely off.
Don't worry. It's a challenge.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun.
We would say rate and review the podcast. But let's be honest, that would probably hurt more than help. The worst of the Riot podcast.
Big week for holidays coming up. July 4th is July 4th. Independence Day, as many people call it. That is on Monday.
And we're not in on Monday.
No, yeah, we'll be out. We got to celebrate, of course, the freedom of the United States and the independence. Coming up tomorrow, Canada Day, of course. Mm-hmm. What are we doing to celebrate?
Well, we're coming into work. So I'm sorry to say
we don't get Canada Day off.
We do not get Friday and Monday.
Look at that kind of discrimination.
You had this Monday off earlier this week.
I had to schedule that. I was just assuming that we would have Canada Day off.
We're not in Canada, though you were Canadian.
Yes, I think it should be observed.
Well, maybe I'll let you plead your case, but not to me.
Well, if we have to come in, did you guys, is there a surprise party I don't know about?
Well, tomorrow we are doing the new Mountain Dew Overdrive. So happy Canada Day to you.
But we would do that any day.
No, you don't know that.
What's Canadian about the Mountain Dew?
What else? Do you want me to get some Tim Hortons? What do you want?
Ooh. See, now we're talking. This is how you negotiate.
Okay.
This is how I just keep saying not good enough until eventually donuts are involved.
You want me to make you some poutine? What do you?
Oh, that sounds even better.
Some breakfast
You're negotiating
poutine?
against yourself. I was going to be fine with the donuts. All of a sudden, you're offering poutine.
Oh, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. It might just be the Mountain Dew. That's it.
All right. Well, for Canada Day, we'll do something. But then today, we can't leave today out of it. Today's Asteroid Day.
Asteroid Day?
It is Asteroid Day.
Is that a free donut day as well?
Krispy Kreme, if you dress up like an asteroid, they will give you a free donut.
No, that's awful. I'm not going to say that. Never mind. No. So
what if you keep eating Krispy Kreme donuts, you'll be the size of an asteroid? Is that what you were going to say?
But no, I was going to say you go in, destroy some stuff, just land here or there, and you get a donut.
I'm doing an asteroid impression. That's what it's for the free donut.
I did not recall, or I guess maybe ever knew that Asteroid Day was actually a thing, but it's usually, observed on the 30th today, founded in 2015
right, it's
by
a recent
scientists.
holiday, so it's still catching on. It was founded by, just a weird cast of characters. A film director who goes by the name Grigory Richters. He directed a film called 51 Degrees North, which is about a fictional asteroid striking London. Brian May, who that name may sound familiar to you because he is the guitarist for the classic rock band Queen.
Why is he a part of this?
He's also, believe it or not, an astrophysicist.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What a guy. I don't remember that being a part of the movie.
The Queen pick?
What was that called? Not very good.
The recent one?
Yeah.
Queen.
The guy, what's his name? Won the Oscar for it. Freddie Mercury.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah.
There it is.
I didn't know if they talked about him being an astrophysicist a lot in that, but he is one. And so he helped found this holiday with, which I don't know if even calling it a holiday is right, but they wanted to raise awareness. Him and a few other folks founded this holiday in 2015. They wanted to raise awareness about an asteroid potentially striking Earth one day.
Well, that does
So
not
we
feel very
we need to help out.
holiday-ish.
No, I guess we shouldn't celebrate.
What was
do
the
we
movie
do?
with the
Armageddon.
the Netflix one?
Oh, yeah, Don't Look Up.
Yeah, that.
Uh-huh.
I don't need to think about that.
Yeah.
I'd like to look up and not die. So.
Yeah. So that I guess that feels like the appropriate way to spend Asteroid Day is watching Don't Look Up or Armageddon or any of the many. What's Deep Impact?
Oh, gosh.
Any of the many movies about an asteroid striking. 51 Degrees North, of course, which we just talked about. There, who knows? Who knows what could happen?
I guess not all holidays are there to have a cookout for.
No.
Some are just to raise awareness, and it might not be pretty. So I guess I will thank you for sharing that with
Yeah,
me.
just keep it in mind. We need to be prepared in case an asteroid does ever
No, there's
strike.
nothing you do.
Well, not with that attitude.
I thought we established there's nothing you can do.
There are two types of people in this world, and Hudson has a problem with both. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Talking about, we've got holidays coming up. Canada Day, July 4th.
You're still pushing that one.
It's a holiday.
I know, but
whole
You have to
country.
argue it. Is it a holiday?
Yeah, right. We don't even have to argue. It clearly is one.
But it's not.
Entire country gets the day off.
it's not our
and
holiday.
celebrates.
We're not Canadian.
It's my holiday.
Okay.
And I'm here. And so
Yeah, it's
you
a
are
good
going to
thing for
celebrate
you,
along
yeah.
with me.
Well, I don't
You
know
need
about that.
to recognize my culture and my heritage.
He's fishing for a free breakfast tomorrow.
That's what he wants. We're not celebrating that.
I don't know why. What workplace is this? You guys don't want a day off? You guys don't want to celebrate?
We get
You don't
tomorrow
want
off?
Free stuff?
We get tomorrow
We
off.
would
If
not.
enough of us raise our concerns,
We're not Canadian, so we would not.
I'll let you be honorary Canadians.
Well, that would be helpful, but I still don't think that would pass. You know, I think we get Monday off. Let's all be grateful for that.
I don't know, Isaiah. Come on, back me up here.
How can I back you up on
Do
this?
Just
not
say-
ask him. He has so many days off in July.
What's
Don't
one
ask him.
more?
We're
What's
doing
one
days off.
more?
If we're doing days off, I will be an honorary Canadian as long as I get some syrup to go along with it.
Let me hear something
'Cause I am running
Canadian, and
well.
let's see how well you would do.
What, Canadian? Like an accent, or like just describe some things that are Canadian?
Anything that you could come
Just
up
do
with.
what you think is Canadian.
Well, you know,
See what happens.
I don't think that's the wrong thing. This is not a good thing for me to do. This is a trap. I feel trapped. I cannot do this.
I'll be your Canadian coach if you'll back me up on the
Yeah, I just
celebrating
don't
Canada
think
Day
that's
thing.
me.
Just apologize.
Yeah, I think Canadians. I do appreciate you. I think you guys are great.
There you go. Very non-confrontational.
Exactly. Yes.
Very
Very
Canadian.
nice. You guys are nice people.
Well, I don't think that passes the what we need for tomorrow.
So what we want to do though is rank the holidays basically. Where
For this weekend?
What is not just this weekend, but what is the best holiday and why is it July 4th?
You think the best holiday is the 4th of July?
It's
Out of the whole year, are we just putting bigger ones like Christmas to the side?
No, those are
What do you
those are
mean?
counted. Yes.
yeah, bigger.
Well, Christmas is the
I
biggest.
guess it is bigger. It doesn't mean it's the best.
What?
You're against Christmas.
What?
What's your ranking?
What do you mean? July 4th is
It's your number one.
I think it's got a strong argument. It makes a
Really?
strong argument.
But you don't. There's no presents. There's no like
Exactly. It's
family
wonderful.
stuff and
Exactly. It's
around the
It's the
presents.
best. It's a holiday where you can actually do whatever you want.
I don't know.
You
This-
shoot off.
What are you
fire,
doing for July 4th?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds
It's-
beautiful. Listen, number one, drop dead argument for July 4th being better than Christmas. You always get July 4th off. Actually, is that true?
That's not true.
That's not
That's
true.
not
But you
true.
also don't always get
Drop
Christmas
dead
off.
argument.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Go on.
Okay. What do you mean? Point number two. The weather's nice.
Some of us wouldn't mind a little snow and a little cooler
Oh, you say that
temperatures.
now. You say that
Christmas
now.
is usually fine. Things aren't horrible by then.
I disagree. If I have to wear a coat, it's horrible.
Hey, I think I went all last winter without a coat. It's all about your mindset.
Point number three.
I would love to hear another point.
What? You can do whatever you want on July 4th. There's
You
no
can
obligation.
do whatever you want on Christmas.
No, you can't. You have to spend it with family.
You can do whatever you want, like every Sunday
Also,
or every Monday.
by the way, on Christmas, you open presents in the morning, and then what after that? What?
You enjoy the presents.
then you
No.
relax, just like you're gonna do all day for July 4th.
and I don't have to get up early to do it. Isn't it much better?
I don't understand your.
This is an argument we don't even have to have, I don't
I'm
think.
disappointed. I mean, I understand if you like 4th of July, but I don't like that you're saying it's better than Christmas.
What's better, July 5th or December 26th?
Neither.
What do you mean? It's just a regular day.
you bring a
I go back
boxing-
to
you bring a
work.
boxing
Okay,
day in.
between the two regular days, which one is better?
Day after Christmas.
What do you mean?
Why? How can you make
Because
that
I'm
argument?
playing with the toys that I got at Christmas.
You do have new things. I have new clothes to wear to work. I come in the next day feeling a little bit special. I get to hear about your guys' plans from Christmas.
What?
What is so great about July 5th? I don't even know what this argument
What are you
is.
talking
We
about?
have to
July
change
5th.
this.
It's inarguable that July 5th, if you were just picking a day in July versus a day in December,
This
July
is a wild
July
argument
5th
for July
is better.
4th. Well,
And
what's that have to do with
the
July
weather
4th?
is better. There's more fun stuff to do. The minute you finish opening your presents on Christmas, the fun is over.
This
what
is
happened to
wild.
you, Hudson? What happened?
So you're arguing July 4th, you'd rather have that than Christmas. Would you also pick it over
Yes.
Thanksgiving?
Yes, I think I would. You know what? I don't know.
Isaiah,
That's
I'm
tougher,
with you.
actually.
This is wild.
Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with him today.
Oh my gosh, the text. Oh my gosh, the hate messages we're probably receiving. I think
I would
Christmas and
love-
Thanksgiving are above July 4th.
Sure.
I think July 4th is right there in that 3 spot. Very close. I also really like New Year's Eve. That's another one that's right there for me.
Good
Hudson,
call.
your list is so whack.
You guys are crazy. What is the rebuttal exactly that Christmas is better than July 4th?
I don't even know if we have to make
Summertime is better than wintertime. Christmas comes with an entire month of obligation and spending a ton of money doing stuff you don't want to do. July 4th is you do whatever you want. The weather's nice. You enjoy it however you want. You don't have to feel obligated to do anything. If you want to just spend your holiday doing nothing, you can, but you don't have to wake up early. There's just nothing. You can go see fireworks. You don't have to. It's a perfect day.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Whereas Christmas,
No more.
cut off.
No more.
That's the end of it.
Still don't hear a rebuttal. I just hear you guys saying, okay, all right, you guys have the winter time and waking up early.
I don't want a rebuttal.
I open
because-
presents every year at 1 o'clock. Every year we do. You ain't got to wake up early, but you can.
Maybe you're
but-
doing Christmas wrong.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
Debate rages on
no debate.
in regards to which holiday is the best. I submit that it is July 4th. For some reason, I'm getting pushback on that, although not from Robert, who texted in and said, and this is a quote, Hudson is exactly right.
This is
Thank
the text
you,
message you're reading.
Robert. It's, I'm not seeing a lot. I'm kind of hearing crickets in regards to, is Christmas better? Not really hearing a lot of support for that. Robert says that the best holidays are the ones that don't involve obligations, like gift giving, spending time with your family, stuff like that. I want to be clear. I don't know what Robert's saying. I don't think spending time with your family is bad.
No,
I
that's
just
what
don't
you've
want
been
the
saying.
obligation
That's exactly what
to
you
do
said.
it.
I
I want
think
to
I pulled the audio.
spend time with my family when we want to spend time together, not because there's literally nothing to do, and so we're forced to spend time with each other.
Well,
Yeah.
Robert goes, even Arbor Day could be seen as a better holiday.
I even have to disagree with Robert because you don't get Arbor Day off from
That's
work.
true. But one point that I feel like Robert made that this is where I don't agree with is he says with the Christmas season. I hate the Christmas season. I think everybody does. I like Christmas Day. I think Christmas itself, the holiday, is better than 4th of July.
Let's do it this way. What are the pros of Christmas? Actually, Christmas Day.
I think
Christmas Day?
some of the pros for Christmas, for me, it's very tradition. You know, like when I think of Christmas, the highest of highs in my mind is higher than the highest of highs for July 4th. When I say this, like when I give my mom a gift, that moment when she opens the gift and is happy is higher than anything that on the 4th of July that I will feel. Like I'm not going to be that excited about fireworks. Like if you're really that excited about fireworks, you got a weird thing going on. But for that, like giving gifts, that's like a very exciting thing. Like when I'm like setting the gifts under the tree, my brothers, like we get to the point of the day, like when Santa's not giving us gifts, when we're doing just family gifts, a lot of tradition stuff like that. When I know the highs are just like the highest, you know?
That's a nice lie you just told right there.
What do you mean?
It's better to give than receive. If
No,
I
I'm
won
also
the
the
lottery,
highest-
I'd give it to charity. Isaiah's saying
my
over there.
fifth, I wouldn't say that. I think that like when I open gifts too, like when I open a gift that I really wanted, it's going to be way higher than yet again me eating a hot dog on Monday.
Well, Jeff texted in. He said, July 4th is the worst holiday. Fireworks are not fun when you're not seeing them like on purpose. And it is, maybe it's tougher like for me, as I've always owned a dog who cannot handle 4th of July fireworks. The whole weekend, I just can't stand.
Yeah.
Because everywhere I live, people like to just shoot them off all weekend long.
Well, we're not talking about the season, the weekend. We're talking about the day.
Oh my gosh.
And I just, like, Isaiah, you can give presents to people any time of year, right?
Yeah, I know, and you can set up fireworks any day too, and you can relax any day too. You can do that as well.
In many countries, you're not countries. In many locales in the United States, you can't shoot off fireworks any day. That's not even the best part, but that is a part of the tradition. But you can't relax every day. You got to work.
I relax every day after work.
You
How
got
about
to
we
work.
leave it at this?
How about Sundays?
Boy, we appreciate any day we get off. How about
Yes,
that? All
Yes.
right.
we're
Is
good with that.
it?
We're good with that. I just don't understand the coldest time of year with and I guess you don't open presents early, but most people do, right? Why do we all do that?
I just feel I feel like in the summertime, they're like every day for me, every weekend for me is so much fun. In like the wintertime, there's not very many days where like, oh my gosh, this is such a fun day. Where Christmas is a fun day amongst a bunch of really bad days.
Sure.
Where July 4th for me this Monday, it probably won't even be better than last weekend for me.
Oh.
Wow.
That's because he was on vacation.
Exactly.
Vacations are better than any holiday.
All
Can
right,
we say that?
That was the, we're not even doing closing arguments. That was the end of the case.
Yeah, I guess we're all just entrenched in our spots. But you know what? I mean, I'll enjoy both. Just going to enjoy July 4th a whole lot more.
I can't wait to hear about it.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.